views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Hi, welcome. This is Dr. John DeMartini. This is one of the most amazing and inspiring shows that you can listen into. If you want to be on the edge of your seats, if you want to open up your heart, if you want to expand your mind, and you want to meet incredible people, stay tuned because you're just about to experience a transformative radio show that will change your life. And you're listening to the Dr. Pat Show that's coming up right next.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me, busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail. Wow, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's so great to be connecting with all of you. Bada bing, bada bam. I'm in the studio today, so you could see I'm
so
fidgeting.
Nice to see you,
I know,
Pat.
it's good to see you.
It's been a while.
I got one burning question.
Uh-oh.
Who picked out the green? Holy cow, dude.
I'm not even going to attempt.
They should consult with us. All the
Okay.
aura people we got here. Seriously?
You're one of the many.
Am I the only one commented?
One of the many, yeah. Even with our other hosts in here, too. I think they kind of agree with it, too.
I'm like, first of all, we live in the Pacific Northwest.
I know.
More green is
But not
like,
that green.
Well, yeah, more green is not the scene. No.
It almost looks like what my boys had from when they were 2 years old, and they
Oh my
went all over
God.
the wall with it.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now
So
y'all
they're
know what
not
I'm talking
really
about.
asking
Okay,
us our opinion, are they?
No.
Dang.
I think the interior decorators are from back there, so.
What?
The interior decorators are from not here.
Where are they from?
I
like
don't
Mars?
know. That's
Is
what I'm
like
saying.
green the color
So I
on
think
Mars?
Their color palette is different.
I don't mind green. I like green, but is that
Not
like
that
even green?
They already
What
know.
is that? Is
I
that
don't know.
like
It's puke.
what is that? Like
I'm
that
just gonna
color?
say it's puke on the door.
I know. I'm going to take a picture of it and I'm going to Facebook it.
It's my own opinion.
I'm going to say like
Go for
let's
it.
create. So listeners, okay, you ready? We're going to create like a what do you call that when we have to sign the petition? We're going to sign the KKNW petition to green to purple. Come on.
Are we going to be downstairs like, heck no, we won't go like
heck
that with the
no,
green? Yeah.
green must go.
gonna burn another
Heck
bra?
no,
Burn
green
another
must
bra?
go.
Yeah, there you go.
Oopsie. Welcome everybody.
It's intense in here all of a sudden.
It's like really, and Benny's got the lights like right on me.
I'll turn
Okay,
it on.
like so here I am. I'm in the studio like 5 minutes, and I'm like bitching about said that word. Welcome everybody. We got a great lineup for you today. We're ready to have some super fun. So for those of you that are tuning in, or if you're watching like are the cameras on?
Yeah.
Okay. If you're watching like the cameras, you're not going to see the green unless maybe they could scooch across
I
out
could
there.
maybe give him a glimpse later.
Okay, I'm going to go out
Maybe
during a
not.
break with my phone.
Go for it.
Because Jessica's got the new technology where I can take a picture and upload it and it'll go to social media.
Okay.
Okay. Anybody really care about that?
What's new about that?
I care
though,
about
really?
that.
Can't everybody do that? Like,
Well, yeah. But every day you come in with the green.
well, now, but it might change. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
If you notice, the door kick plates aren't back on the door
Okay.
because they're thinking about.
I saw two colors, Benny. I just got to
I know.
say, green
Like,
and yellow,
I get it.
dude.
No, there's the purple down at the other end, too.
Oh, okay. So what is that?
Or
did
cranberry.
the Rock Channel get the purple?
Seriously, it's
And the KKNW Positive Alternative Talk get the green?
I don't know.
Okay, I
sure.
can see the psychology and the logic in that. But, I'm going to get some help today for the show.
4 minutes of color.
Yeah, we're talking about the Launchpad Club with creator, co-host Russ Hill, and we got a couple of other people here.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to introduce them because the introductions can be really like so underwhelming. And what I love about introducing people is to think about why they're actually even here. And these guys are here when I think about, being in the studio. They're here because they said yes to a purpose greater than themselves. And sometimes when you do that and you do say yes, things show up in your life. Look, he's got like green on his notepad right there. I'm not zooming in on that. Now I'm obsessed. Okay. I'm getting a little OCD on this right now. But today it is about the green. It's about the green light. It's about sometimes when you say yes. See, yes is green. It's a green energy. It's a go energy. And sometimes we're not stuck in the green. We're stuck in the amber. And if you're me, you're like in the red. You're in the stoplight of your life. But not if you have something called the Launchpad Club. And so Russ Hill is joining us here today. And then, Dina, right? Mm-hmm. And Jimmy also as well. Now, what is it about these three individuals where they got to say yes and end up sitting here across from me and Benny? And you notice how is that my machine? So sorry.
It's been a while since.
And you notice how everybody moved away. Did you notice, like?
Well, I told him this is your spot over there.
Okay,
though.
It's my spot, but like everybody's like all against the wall.
Well,
that's actually, by the way, that's the Wall of Fame.
I'm framing it for conversation.
It's good. It's really good.
So you can go bang, bang, bang right down the row.
It's good.
Okay.
Well, this is really why we're here today. And we're talking about when people say yes, how they get to show up, and what happens when you don't look back. Because if you don't look back, what'll happen is you'll focus on the future, you'll focus on where you want to go, and your life will never be the same. So today, we get to talk with Russ, with Dina, and with Jimmy about their lives. I am so glad to have you guys here. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us, Dr. Pat.
We have a little fun.
Thank you.
We do have a little fun.
A lot.
On the show. We have a little fun.
We were holding back on our part of the green.
Yeah, like when we have a show like this, it's like I was just looking at the little doggy.
Breeze.
And I was just Breeze.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's snoring.
Okay.
I'd like to be down there with Breeze, too. Is that a long day?
You have a long day. Yeah.
This green is very tiring. It's like sucking the energy out.
It does.
Right?
That's what vomit does. It makes you tired.
Oh, I know. The listeners are like, we'll send you a picture. By the way, if you have any comments that you want to make about green, what color should we paint the walls outside of KKNW, all y'all? Do you have an idea?
Purple.
I like that, too.
Purple's one, but how about you listening? All the people that do auras, you guys out there that are listening, what color should it be? Gold. Is it me that needs to change my mojo on the green? I can do that. 1-800-930-2819. Russ, guys, it's so great to have you here. I got a question for each of you to answer. You're sitting here now, but I want to ask you the question. What obstacles, challenges, what baggage did each of you need to leave behind to bring you here?
That's an excellent question.
Who wants to start, Russ? You, right?
Yeah. I'll jump in because first, the Launchpad Club started in November last year, 11/11.
Yeah.
And it's a radio show that comes on this station Wednesday mornings at 8 a.m., and it's mostly due to you. You actually inspired me to get that show off the ground. I mean, I was a little bit resistant, and so I said yes.
Why not? Round of applause for Pat. Good job, Pat.
Yeah.
There you go.
You're a huge catalyst in our community.
Thank you.
Yeah. And so because of you, not only am I here, that Jimmy and Dina are here as well. And so I started with Jimmy. We started the radio show. I've been working with Jimmy for probably 10 years now, and on and off in different businesses. We're all entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
And we manage different businesses, not just one business. We're serial entrepreneurs. And we've had multiple. We're even juggling multiple right now. And so and we mentor young entrepreneurs. And so we thought we got to create some sort of platform in which these people, that are very talented, need some sort of outlet that is personable, that's relatable, that's connectable. Facebook and Twitter just doesn't provide that anymore. It becomes impersonal. And so these are community people that are creating community projects to support the community. And so the community needs to support them as a symbiotic relationship. And
it's a brilliant idea because you're absolutely right.
Entrepreneurs need to stick out and help other entrepreneurs. And there's so many ways that we can do that, especially if you're a young business just starting out, you don't have a whole lot of resources, or if you don't have a bankroll, and you're working on a shoestring budget. And it definitely helps to have other people that are in business that are doing the same thing, that can exchange services with you to help keep costs down, to help you stay in business, because you have to hit that 5-year mark.
Yeah.
And
isn't that interesting? Because, I think about this when 2003, when, this was my green light, and I didn't even know what I didn't know. And I really did figure this out in a lot of ways by making a lot of mistakes, but every once in a while you pop along and somebody is out there to help you. And so you pay attention to that, right? The other part of this, though, is that you said you're all three entrepreneurs, but in what field? Do you mind sharing with us? Yeah, Russ, thanks.
It's very diverse, too. I mean, that's the interesting thing about this.
Okay.
Is that last year Jimmy was managing a kind of a entertainment consulting. You want to go ahead and talk about that?
Yeah,
real quick?
Jimmy.
Yeah, well, absolutely. Let's see.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. I've got a variety of things going on right now myself. Obviously, I love the Launchpad. I love being a part of that whole community and reaching out to others because, as our mutual friend Lynn Brown said, it's the season to give what you want, rather than get what you want. And I really liked that philosophy when she gave it to me. So that's been, just a side note. That's what I'm really excited about. But
we love Lynn?
Yes. We really do. We really do.
I got to hang out with her yesterday at the Kiwanis. I did a keynote.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even get through my introductory sentence talking about my previous business without mentioning her. I don't even know what happened.
It's really good, isn't it? I'm holding back because she'd call in about the green. I know it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I've got different walks of life. Entertainment is currently just a holding company with some contracts with some young artists that I invested in who have now moved on to industry management and are really looking at some promising things. They've got a couple of under wraps interviews this weekend over in New York. So there could be some amazing things happening soon.
So does entertainment mean like music, art, theater?
So it's a variety, right? I've got 2 hip hop artists, a Polynesian artist.
Should we play our rap to see if I'm a star, Benny? Benny, should we play the rap song later on?
I will look for it if you want to.
And our original co-host, Delisle, is a pop artist who multi-genre, does EDM, does really good singer-songwriter stuff. And I've also got a consulting company that I'm doing infrastructure work with Dina and Deceptive Delights. I'm doing some I-502 recreational cannabis consulting with their branding and marketing and how to do the packaging. So I've got a wide palette of expertise, marketing and sales is probably my favorite, though.
Nice.
Yeah.
And so Jimmy and I and Delisle started a Launchpad, and in order to launch our other co-host's career, Delisle, and that career is now...
And it worked.
It worked. And then...
I'm always amazed when that happens, right?
Yeah, it turns out when you get into action, things happen.
Yeah.
Right.
And not only that, the universe provided just basically it was a tag team because as soon as Delisle stepped out, we had interviewed Chef Dina on our show
I know,
as a
Chef
guest.
Dina. I'm waiting to get to Chef Dina.
And within 1 week of being a guest, the next week she was a host.
That quick. My dreams came true, too. It was that I think the perfect storm when you put all the effort in, you learn your lessons, you pay attention to why things do happen, why they don't happen, and you take the opportunity for the don't happens to say, where do I play that role? How do I fit? And how do I make that don't happen now the do happen with that foundation of information? And so I've been doing that since I was 30 and found out I can't eat anything that anybody eats. So I hear gluten, dairy, sugar is out. I just found out a few months ago that I can't do vinegars of any kind because of yeast. And so processes in life don't ever end.
Yeah.
But the joy, the knowledge, the expertise that you gain, that you can give back to others. Yeah. So we all feel that, I think, as a team. Yeah. And so being able to go out and provide chef sessions where I can teach people how to fish. And I think that really, I love the rising tide lifts all ships model and that idea, so we can all have our cake and eat it too. We can all have everything we want. We can share it with everybody we know and love, everybody that we wish is going to take that journey with us, and everybody wins.
Yeah, I love that because, it's interesting how we go full circle about what we can eat and what we can't eat, right? I was sitting there yesterday and we spent the afternoon with Lynn, and Lynn gave us a pizza to take home and brought it back to the office. And, of course, I don't eat pizza, but I am like a nut for pepperoni. So here I am pulling the pepperoni off the pizza.
I appreciate that.
Right? And then leaving the bread for, like, Jessica. Who does that, right? I did save her some of the pieces. But, it's interesting. We get to really evolve. I mean, part of this is being willing to have a new level of awareness about our lives. I had a guy come into my life about a month ago, and he must have heard a show or heard me share something, and he said, I got a solution for you. And I said, really? He said, yeah, I'm going to come to your house, and I'm going to put this water thing in there. And I thought, you know what? I've heard so many things about water. I did blah, blah, blah. This is me now. And he shows up at my house, and he puts this water machine in. And all of a sudden, he goes through it, and we're actually going to do a 2-hour show with him because I was so blown away. And I said to him, if you're going to do something like this, I got to be able to pass it on to the Lyme community. So if something is going to really work the way you say it works, I need to be able to pass it on to the people in the Lyme community or the cancer community that are not getting help. And I was just blown away. And so normally pulling the pepperoni off, even pulling it off and eating that would have made me pretty not good.
Right.
But this water thing that he's got, which I had heard about, but I just never quite got there.
Is it like an alkaline water?
It's an alkaline water.
Okay.
It's Kangen water. And by the way, we're going to be putting Kangen water in some pretty big recovery places too.
That's
so
amazing.
Yeah, it is. But part of this is I started this water and I didn't have the crazies.
Right. And if I can say too, I
don't know a lot about the water. That's why he's got to come in. So don't ask me about the water today. Wait till next week, okay?
I was just going to say I have abundance. I eat everything. I make whatever I used to eat a healthy way. So that's what I teach people about having your cake and eat it too. Because one door closes or you think you can't do something, it opens up to the world of the million things you can do, but the way you never thought about it.
I love what you're saying because, Dr. Darvish is my doctor. And so, don't eat anything white.
Except for cauliflower. Always the exception to the rule.
Cauliflower. I think she considers that like an off-white, maybe.
A pearl.
It's green.
But then,
Don't even go there.
Well, if it's in my house, it sits in the refrigerator long enough that it's off-white. It's really sad. But then the green. Start eating the green. Nothing in my refrigerator looks like that wall, though. The green that I'm talking about. Is that true, though? Maybe one thing. I don't know. But what have you guys learned, though, in the way you're now showing up? What would you say is the greatest lesson that you've had since saying yes to this, Russ? What is the thing that you're like, I didn't see that coming in a good way?
That I signed on. I said yes way back in 1998, and I've been saying yes since then. And it's amazing because your original question is, what have you given up?
Yeah.
Well, in '98, I grew up on Guam. I was born in Oklahoma. My parents were teachers. We were raised on Guam, and I lived there for 32 years. I've traveled around and everywhere, but I never thought I would ever leave Guam. And I was practicing meditation with a yogi, going to his house every morning for a couple months at 6 a.m. and I'd meditate with him, and then after that we'd have breakfast for an hour, and I'd sit at his feet and I'd just ask him question after question after question, and he would just answer every question for me, right? And at one point in time he said, "Why are you here?" And I thought it was a trick question, and I'm like, well, I'm coming up with all these esoteric answers. He goes, no, why are you here on Guam? And I explained, I had this whole elaborate story of why I was here, and he goes, no, you need to be with your family. My mother had already left. She was living in Seattle. My brother was in Oregon. He had gone to SPU, and so I was the only one left behind. But I was so I don't want to use the word stuck. I was in this mode of discovery where I was realizing that if I were to stay, it would be a rut. And I was like going, but I have all these commitments, and I have all these commitments. And he goes, I'm just asking you a question. Why are you here? I just want you to think about it. That was on a Friday. On Friday afternoon, I lost my job. They told me that the budget had been cut. I was a contractor. They said, we can't afford you anymore. And then that weekend, I was helping my girlfriend move. She's a fiance. I saw her with another man. I had tenants that I was subleasing to. They called me and said they got a job offer somewhere else. And then the person that I was leased owning the property from came and said, hey, do you still want to buy it? I got a cash offer on it. And so on Monday, I went back to Dada G and I said, "What the heck did you do?"
Wow, right.
And he goes, "You no longer have any reason to be here.
Right.
Go be with your family." And in a week, I was gone.
Yeah.
I packed everything up. I had no idea what to expect, where I was going to go, what I was going to do. I've traveled from 98. I've gone to Oklahoma. I got to know all my family. I've gone to India. I met my future wife there. I've come back here. I started businesses. I've met all these wonderful people, none of which would have ever happened if I had said no.
Yeah. Or if you'd have said yes from a fear-based option, meaning like, yeah, I'm here because I'm really scared to go anyplace else, right?
Right.
I mean, right? I didn't know. I never thought I'd get out of the Bronx. Now, I think the Bronx is bigger than Guam, but it's the same idea. You know what I mean? The Bronx has water, too. Yeah. But how about you guys? I mean...
well, for me, I'm the exact opposite. I don't have 20 years of saying yes. I've got 34 of screaming no.
Yeah, I got that one.
And things started to change for me in 2009 when Russ and I transferred from a professional real estate relationship because he was my broker and mentor in real estate. When he introduced me to some heavy meditations and money magnetism and things of that nature, Deepak Chopra, and it sparked something for me. And within a month or two, he shared with me the Landmark Forum, and that was my first experience, really with a yes, because I went to the evening, I was like, this seems absurd to me. They're just selling me all this stuff.
Exactly.
It's ridiculous. Whatever. But then in the back of my mind, they're like, if what if you were a yes? And I'm just like, well, what if I was a yes? And then the class was sold out. I ended up getting this thing over. I ended up signing up to do it over in Idaho. And then I went to leave, and the pass was closed. And I had this little Hyundai with bald tires and no traction, no chains, and the cops waving me at the exit up on Snoqualmie. And I just drive right by him. I drive over a closed pass. My speedometer says 60. I'm going 40 the whole time, and I'm literally having conversations with Jesus the whole way. Yeah. He's not talking back. I've got too much to say. Lord Jesus, help me get through this.
Jesus is like, dude, your white knuckles right here, that's even out of my wheelhouse to take care of.
But we were I made it. I made it, and it was scary. But that was when the yes started. And then as standard for the transformational process, I had this breakthrough, and then the insidious nature of my ego crept back into my life, and I started looking at the past and what I was about, and I started creating a new story of why I wasn't good enough and why I wasn't going to make it and what was in my way, and the world was messed up and nobody's got anything together, right? And I ended up meeting this artist. I had a couple of good business decisions that created a little bit of affluence for me, and I poured myself into this music, and my friends are really good. They were friends first. I just had all this money. I didn't know what to do with it, and they were so talented. I was like, you guys get better. If and something told me to throw my money at that, and that headed into the uncertainty with the fear and embracing it that was where it felt right, even though it was so uncomfortable. And so that led to, long story short, incredible progression, hyper evolution, leadership progress, more sessions down at Landmark, breakthroughs with the entertainment company. And in this flurry of activity, Russ is just like, I've got this idea. And he broke down the idea, and I was like, that sounds really cool. I would love to give back what you gave me. I would love, because he gave this to me, this whole spirit, the energy, everything was spawned from him. Yep. And so I was just like, yeah, that would be amazing, right? And he was like, good, because I already did it, and we start next week, and so here we are. And like you said, trial by, learning by error. Yeah. I have made some blunders along the way as far as losing my voice or not knowing what I was trying to say, or jumping in the middle of a conversation with a question that had nothing to do with what people were talking about. I've just been sitting.
Don't you love that one?
Yeah, that's my favorite.
That's a good one. Yeah. Or you ask a question, and the guest that you have on the show goes in a totally different direction. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, kind of like the last 3 minutes.
And then you really have to surrender. To say yeah, cool. Benny, let's go to break. Actually, let's go to break. And when we come back, Chef Dina's on.
Fantastic.
Right? See, now you get to go. You're cleanup batter right here. Okay, there you go. We're going to take a short break. We're going to tell you more about the lunch pad. And for those of you out there, I just wonder, is it me? Is it all about the green? What color would you paint outside? Well, first of all, you can call if you want 1-800-930-2819, or you just go to Transformation Talk Radio and type your question in or type your color in, and there we go. We're going to take a short break, everybody. We'll be right back.
Are you searching? Looking for a sign? A message you need to hear? From the great unknown, from the most mysterious place that is the most familiar to your soul in the depths of who you are. The universe put someone here to talk to, someone God gave a blessing to, that you may find insight with. TheAngelLady.net. 1-800-323-1790.
Called the Oprah of radio by her listeners, award-winning host Dr. Pat Baccili is blowing the doors off of traditional talk radio. Get ready for an energizing delivery and powerful interviews with leaders in the field of human potential. Dr. Pat's fresh, new perspective on living life full out has catapulted her show to the top of talk radio. Tune in and Dr. Pat will help you thrive instead of merely survive. Visit thedrpatshow.com. That's THEDRPatShow.com for listening times in your area.
Ladies, it's time to treat yourself. Join the Women of Wisdom for their annual fundraiser Saturday, June 4th. This is a sacred pampering day for women at North Seattle College. If you are a business and want to be one of our pamperers, we still have space. It's going to be a day to relax and treat yourself. For more information and to get tickets, visit thewowconference.org. That's the WOW conference.org.
Hi, this is Leslie Fontaine. When we try to control the manifestation of our desires, we unfortunately limit the possibilities. We reduce them down to the 3D linear level that we have seen and recognized from our past and from around us. Source is limitless. The potentiality is without bounds. Because you don't know how circumstances can unfold doesn't mean that they're going to turn out badly. Try taking your foot off the brake and allow Source to show you the amazing display of unlimited potentiality. If this is a pattern, you may want some help with releasing it. If you're ready to shift into your best life, visit lesliefontaine.com and let's talk about unfolding all that you want to be, do, and have. You'll find sessions, classes, and audio products to help remove the blocks and move you into that potential. And listen to my show, Sheer Alchemy, on Transformation Talk Radio, Wednesdays at 10 Pacific, 1 Eastern.
Holistic Medical Center is where you find it all. A healthy space with doctors who care, see, and listen to the whole you. Hi, this is Dr. Darvish. If you have not found an answer to your chronic symptoms, you will find answers here at Holistic Medical Center. Our doctors find the root cause of your symptoms and guide your body towards healing naturally. We transform lives from within. Visit drdarvish.com or call 425-451-0404.
Thank you, Benny. Awesome. Well, before we jump into the chef in the house, I love that. I always save the chefs for last. It's like my burning desire, really. You know, like people want to be this, they want to be that. I thought it was actually going to be a chef. But before we do that, can you all let folks know the best way to find out more about you and also let them know about your radio show?
Sure. We air on Wednesday mornings from 8 to 9 a.m. on this station, KKNW 1150. Our website is thelaunchpad.club. It can go to Launchpad or The Launchpad, but we're branding as thelaunchpad.club.
I like that.
We have all our podcasts on there from past episodes. You can see who our guests were. We have some phenomenal guests. You were talking about water. 2 weeks ago, we had a water expert on our show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been involved in the water thing from a couple different points of view. You know, we were part of an organization to literally bring atmospheric water into the United States, and literally on the verge of going down to Peru, and and the filter didn't work in the technology, and we had spent like 2 years on this project. So I just thought to myself, boy, we got to do something different with the water. We got to understand water. We got to understand the impact of that. We got to understand that, you know, in countries that don't have clean water at all, you know, a machine like this, even if it gets 95% of everything out of it, it might be a solution. But see, we have standards here. If it's not 99%, it will not be approved.
Yeah,
but if you're drinking 0%,
yes,
right? Hello?
First, we have to get them the water to clean it.
We get them the water. Yeah. I don't want to go off on a tangent. Chef Dina.
Hello.
There's a chef in the house.
What?
What's your yes?
I'm a little bit different than both Russ and Jimmy in the beginning of my life, and I always knew something was there, but I didn't know how to describe it, how to participate with it, and what it was. And so I had all of these experiences that were very profound, impacting. The future was always brought to me before I would fall into exactly what came and then experience it. And when you're young and there's nobody to talk to, it's scary. You don't know what to do with any of that information, and it's larger than don't talk about it. It's larger than we just don't say those things. It's larger than I don't have time to listen. And so I spent a lot longer, and not to begrudge any of it, but I spent a lot longer trying to figure it out than I wish. So when I see people like Sepia, who's on our show, and folks who take their parents to something like Landmark, I'm beyond thrilled, because then there's an awareness that somebody's life can start a lot sooner for the journey participation, instead of just trying to figure out that you're on a journey. So even all of that in hindsight is wonderful. It's one of those opportunities that when you get into it, it's so exciting and it's so amazing to be so open that you just wish you could have done it your whole life, you know. But I'll tell you one thing that's awesome is that when I was given, I'm connected by people a lot, and I connect people a lot. So more so than something falling into me, I have people direct me and pull me and take me, and I take them. And so when I got a chance to meet with Russ and he told me his story about Guam and that Friday, I knew that I was going to know Russ for a long time. And I knew that this was going to be the beginning of being able to participate with people who are like me, and we can understand these things together. And I try to take people through the journey of life through food, because like water, which is first, it's the most important thing for survival. We have water, we have air, and we have food. And if it weren't for what brung us, so to speak, right? The earth is not here for us. We're here because of the earth. And if we can change that mentality, and we can understand that what we're talking about is the fact that all life is sentient, all life is equal, and all life creates all life, we understand that it's paramount we go and we eat things that are 1 to 2 degrees different from when it was pulled out of the ground, not 5. You know, if it starts out green and then it ends up a white crystal, that's not going to do you any good. So plant-based everything in
There's
combination.
the green again.
There's the green again, exactly.
It's haunting us today.
At least
That's
it's
right.
hunter's green.
And I was going to say the beautiful nature of green, not the undigested, regurgitated nature of green, but the beauty that is what gives us life.
I'm going to sneak out and take a picture of that wall and send it to Jessica. But no, the green you're talking about is what I put in my drink before I came
That's right.
here today.
Superfoods and wheatgrasses. You know, to find out that bee pollen has everything in the world you need to sustain yourself in that tiny little pollen from a bee blows my mind. To know that wheatgrass, one blade of grass, has everything you need to sustain yourself. If you look at an elk at 700 pounds, what does it eat all day? Leaves. The nutrition allows the body to grow, not the volume. And so you're going to take that animal to feed your whole family for a whole season. And how did it get that big? It ate leaves. So, the thing of it is what eats what, what grows what. It's all begets the other. Mm-hmm. And so there's such an opportunity for participation in life. And it comes from the abundance of food. It comes from the ability to take your kids to a farmer's market instead of the grocery store where they can run and be crazy and touch things and ask questions and get the education about money, about counting, about family. Right? I mean, it teaches you everything in life just to go to the farmer's market for 2 hours. Plus, you're outside, you're moving, you're breathing fresh air. You're with people who got up like 5, 6, 7 hours before you, picked that food and brought it for you to have that day to eat.
Right. And that's where my family came from, and that's what they did. Even when my family, moved to the Bronx, they grew everything fresh anyway.
And we never did. I ate. Like everybody in the 80s, I ate out of a box out of the freezer.
I know.
But see, the beauty is
we
now
actually like that food.
We do, but we can't eat it because it makes us sick. So I make everything like that. That's why my clients coined me the deceptive chef. I never even thought of it, and they're like, "Well,
is that what they call you?"
That's what they call me because everything I make is really good for you. It just doesn't taste like it. Like today, I have pudding. So we all get to enjoy chocolate pudding. But isn't that old school, though? I mean, listen, my family made delicious food. And you made it as a family, right?
And
didn't everybody have a role?
Right. So they didn't go and get a box of something.
But we did.
We did. But why did we forget that we could get back and make delicious things? Because we did forget that for a bit. Well, and people want to blame convenience, but I'm not sure it's that.
I think that what happens is that we put ourselves in different directions because new and exciting things come up, like shiny keys. Woo, what's going on over there? And then we kind of forget where we were when we went off to look for those keys. We keep going somewhat in that direction. And it is until we find ourselves lost in the forest, and then we go, oh no. There's nobody here. What am I going to do? I don't feel well. I'm kind of scared. This isn't benefiting me. And then we have a wake-up call. And then we have to find our journey back.
Yeah. What was your wake-up call?
It was my wake-up call?
Yeah. I want to know what your wake-up calls were.
Massive health problems.
Yeah,
massive.
Me too. Massive.
I actually, when I was 30-something, I was diagnosed with glomerulonephritis, something like that. And
Don't you love that?
Something you can't even pronounce?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, and I was told that by the time I was 50, that I would be relying upon a dialysis.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was given steroids, and I was told this is your future.
Mm-hmm.
And within 1 month of that, I said I'm going to rewrite my future.
Mm-hmm.
And I went out and bought me a Juice Man juicer in the middle of the night. Had it shipped to Guam, and I started juicing apples, ginger, carrots, beets, and whatever I can get my hands on. And within 6 months, it was in remission. Within a year, it was off the charts.
Yeah.
And I've never seen a dialysis machine in my life.
Nature has what you need.
Well, it does. My greatest aha moment was the minute that I got myself a NutriBullet. And, I just thought, for real? And then Linda had to tell me, dude, you're not supposed to put the apple seeds in there. They're like poisonous.
They're arsenic laced, yes.
I said, really? I said, then how did we ever name Johnny Appleseed? Where'd that come from? So, for me, it is a learning journey, right?
Every day.
It is a learning journey. What was your moment?
I feel like I'm in that moment.
Oh, Jimmy, nice, Jimmy.
I absolutely have resisted health and wellness and everything.
Not mentally.
I've poured my whole. I've been in service of others. That's been my story. It's like, look at all I do for everyone else, But the thing is, it's like when the oxygen mask drops out from the airplane.
Right.
I'm busy putting on everyone else's oxygen mask. I've never taken care of myself. So I'll be honest with you. My wake-up call has been the launch pad, has been the experience with Lynn Brown, the experience with Chef Dina, the experience with you, and really putting myself in the hole, rather than me observing humanity as it is, and all these things that I see possible for the world have always. I've been just an observer, longing for everyone else to have that, but I've never accessed it myself, and so I'm really in that transformation state right now. To be honest with you, I still drink a lot of coffee and eat a lot of crap.
I can help you with that, though. I'm going to help you with that. Let's take a short break. When we come back, I'm going to help you with the coffee.
Sounds good.
Okay. There is some coffee that you actually can drink. It's not so bad.
I can actually drink it all.
Let's take a short break, everybody. We'll be right back. When we come back, we're going to be talking with everybody about what's next. You know, what is the launch pad launching? Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
You know I was broke down, I hit the ground. I was crying out, I couldn't make no sound. No one hears the silent tears collected. You know I had lost hope, I was all alone. Never been so long till you came along.
Hi, I'm Tim Darter.
And I'm Steve Kramer.
Join us on Spirit Fire Radio. Discover how to add the mechanics of meditation to your day.
And watch yourself connect in a whole new way. Find the amazing moments in life's routines that often pass us by. Add to your awareness with Spirit Fire Radio.
Tune in each Wednesday at 9 a.m. for your weekly guide to practical mindfulness. And to learn more, visit www.spiritfireradio.com.
Awaken to your radiant, authentic self. For over 15 years, Soul Purpose Advocate Nancy Monson has been focused on leading change in the lives of those looking to live their true purpose. She is devoted to supporting people in living a soul-directed life every day. Let Nancy help you overcome fear, worry, and doubt. Visit everydayspirituality.com to learn how Nancy can be your Soul Purpose Advocate.
Are you ready for a game changer? Sarah Westall is bringing you Business Game Changers Radio. Sarah brings you leading experts, visionaries, and newsmakers who provide the best commentary on big issues and cutting-edge innovations. Sarah's 20 years as a business executive will help you think like an entrepreneur with expertise, energy, and attitude. Tune in to Business Game Changers Mondays at noon Pacific, 3 Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com.
Are you and your family looking for one manageable lifestyle change that will positively impact your health? Look no further. That change begins inside your drinking glass. Learn how to put a lid on junk drinking by sipping from a recipe collection of colorful, fresh, tasty, wholesome fruit and vegetable blends. Get your copy now of Sip the Garden. Fun, easy drinks for a healthier family by T. Carey Mitchell. Visit lifestyle120.com for information on how to order.
Tune in to The Jen Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life, each Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific and 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This amazing show is an inspirational hour that will take you on an epic metaphysical journey to discover the spiritual approach to life's greatest challenges. Dr. Jen is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Call in for intuitive readings and visit JenRoyster.com for more information.
Get ready to experience Truth Talk Radio with host Deb Acker. Tune in to Truth Talk Radio each Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com to illuminate the truth in your daily life as you experience life, love, and abundance from a whole new perspective. This hit show will leave you feeling lighter and bring you into a place of infinite possibilities every day in every way. Visit TruthTalkRadioshow.com for upcoming transformative topics and guests.
Thank you, Benny. Hey, everybody, welcome back. For more information about us, you can go to TransformationTalkRadio.com. You can go to the drpatshow.com. And by the way, yes, take a look at TransformationRadio.fm. And I just need to say to everybody, it's not a fully functioning network yet. We are in beta. You will see 10 channels. Actually, you're going to see 11 and 12 because we have 2 radio stations that want their own channels. So we're just like, okay, whatever. And we're taking your feedback, by the way. If you go there and you say, I don't like this, I don't like that feature, can you just shoot me an email at info@thedrpatshow.com? And everything that you see was built from 13 years of listening to you all, as well as every host and every guest we've ever had on the show. So we're pretty much embedding information in there to get you the information to your phones, to your homes, the way you want. but to also connect you with hosts all over the world. So we welcome your feedback. You know, today we're talking with the folks from the Launchpad. Please give out the website again, and again, information about the show. And then I would like to talk with you guys about how you are actually helping people.
Okay, got it. So our website is thelaunchpad.club.
Mm-hmm.
Our Twitter handle is @servinglaunch. You're going to like this, Dr.
That's
Pat.
very good.
You know why we're serving lunch?
Did you get that, Benny?
Well, I've been getting it.
He's been served a lot of lunch.
I have served quite a lot.
We're serial entrepreneurs. We have a radio show in the morning.
Yeah.
She's a chef.
Yeah.
If you put it together, we're serial entrepreneurs that are serving lunch for breakfast.
Nice. Don't you like to be an entrepreneur?
Isn't
that empowering?
It's very anxiety-ridden and freedom-filled at the same time.
Totally.
Yeah. Like I love the freedom. I love everything that comes with it, and like you said, the aha moment. When did you really get it? I'm going through that process now, and like again, Lynn is one of the people that is really helping me with that as far as the attachment to. I got to get the money. 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 When it's like that's not what's generating my life, and I'm treating the money poorly. Like I'm just throwing it around like it's worthless, And so I think that through her advice and stuff, I'm really excited to take that on.
Well, she straightened that dialogue out, right?
She did.
And the funny thing is, because he was talking about how he was a no guy. Yeah, he was saying when I had scheduled her for the show, I scheduled her back in February. Mm-hmm. He was like, "Well, I don't know why this is going to."
It doesn't even make sense.
A week after, that's the greatest guest we've ever had.
What an amazing show!
I stumbled into this backwards, Dr. Pat. I really, honestly, did not know what I was saying yes to. I just knew that there's a certain voice I pay attention to. And when it guides me and I listen to it, everything miraculously turns out better than I've ever expected.
Right.
And when I don't, there tends to be a slight sorrowful regret. And so that's just the training that I've got from being able to pay attention, being able to learn which voices to pay attention to. And so I didn't know what I was saying yes to, but once I got involved, all the doors started happening. Everything just started falling into place. Next thing you know, I had guests scheduled for the next 2 months in advance. I didn't realize there was such a need for this, that people really just wanted to connect to the community and say, hey, this is what I'm up to.
Yeah.
How can I help you?
Yeah. And really, that is what the energy of this is now. It is the energy of really looking at ways to collaborate and not compete.
Yeah. And for me, it's really being in service. Being in service just leaves me so fulfilled.
Yeah. Well, if you're in service, you're not in competition,
yeah, exactly.
Right?
Absolutely.
Right? And this is a very competitive career path, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
But because we're independent radio hosts, because that is what we are, all of us, we have to make some choices in our lives. It's not a mistake that this channel, Alternative Talk here, embeds itself in one of the most spiritual places on the planet, right? Seattle is known for its spiritual energy.
Yep.
Right? And so we get to decide how we're going to show up. Where do you see the Launchpad going?
Oh, I'm going to let Jimmy answer this. He's our visionary.
I see it in the long run reaching a 2-hour block rather than a single-hour block, and kind of having an hour where it's really just us, and we're getting a little deeper into some of the methodologies and ways of thinking and things like that can really lead to success, all the success principles, and then also continuing to launch people in the second hour. And then, I was inspired by what you have going on with the transformationradio.fm.
Yeah.
And so for me, once I was kind of navigating that site and seeing the potential of what it's going to turn into.
Isn't that incredible?
I
don't even understand it. Jessica is the genius, right? Jessica
Absolutely.
and Justin, right?
Yeah.
I'm like you. I'm like, oh, can we have 10 channels? And people are like, okay.
Yeah. and so I'm, I feel like that's the trend, that there's a lot of future of radio on the internet. That's going to be, people are type of minds are really searching for each other, relentlessly right now. Like, we're coming together. And so I see us possibly really partnering with you and moving into that, and, being able to maybe do more frequent shows, like just have our weekly on air here, and then, have more content, maybe cooking, something like that, or politely use the model and do it with our branding and our concepts. But I think that's the future of the Launch Pad, but that's really just a subsidiary of the larger entity that we have together, that is Tobacco Hill Media. And so we'll be going into production, we'll be going into screenwriting, screenplay, personalities, as far as doing event documentation, just like we did with Lynn Brown.
It's beautiful.
We're upping our equipment levels and all that stuff, so we can really have nice interviews at each event. And Russ is really great with the computer and getting the edits looking really sharp, and doing some graphic design by Dina. So we're
Chef Dina's a graphic designer too.
Yeah,
she's holding back.
Yeah. I mean, the wheelhouse on these guys is incredible, and I like to talk and get excited about other people's talents. So it's a perfect fit for me too.
Well, it is, and part of this is really looking at the whole deal and being of service. You guys are great.
If
Thank
I could
you.
say real quick, too, one of the things that Russ spoke to that was really awesome is that he started to listen to his dialogue, not somebody else's.
No
so,
kidding.
folks, when your world opens up, it's because you actually start listening to your intuition, and your intuition and your dialogue is telling you what's good for you so that you can be in that service for others. So just think about it. Whose dialogue is running through your head?
Yeah, who is actually running the show? Wow, you guys are great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I wanted to just ask each of you to really quickly, what's your personal message? What would you like to leave us with?
I knew you were going to ask that question, so I actually came prepared because I listened to your show a lot.
I said that's your question.
I love your question, and I borrow it, and I use it on our show, too.
But borrow away.
I would have to say that you are uniquely qualified for this. Whatever this is, wherever you are right now, whatever you're doing, whatever you may think that you have doubts at what you're doing, you're uniquely qualified for it. So get over it.
For me, the best advice I ever gave myself was to let go and ask for the source to illuminate his desired path, and really keep my eyes on where that might be. And so if I were to say anything, it would be, in this moment, ask yourself what the actual right action is. Not what you want to do, not what feels good, not what's going to make your life easier, but what's going to produce a result that leaves you touched, moved, and inspired into the next moment to do something even greater.
Chef Dina?
I would say have your cake and eat it too, and then share.
Oh, I'm all about that. Thank you, guys. Thank you all so much. Again, please give out your radio show time again and website.
Wednesday mornings, 8 to 9 a.m., folks. Join us on KKNW, 1150 a.m. and catch our podcast on thelaunchpad.club.
Awesome. We're going to take a shorty, everybody. We'll be right back. We got more coming your way. We'll be right back.